Hello, June. It is June. Yes, it is. And it is the very first episode of the Question Live Show with, truly, Verona Willis-Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear viewers, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, we're going to have a blast tonight. So we're opening the doors of June. We're opening it in such a way that you need to just relax. Oh, no, not really relax, but be ready. Just be ready. And this is what we do. I said, if you are ready, then we are ready, right? But I want you to be ready from now to set yourself at a place where we are going. We are going somewhere tonight, which we always go on Thursday. So happy Thanksgiving Thursday right here on the Question Live Show. So if this is your first time tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is not your first time tuning in, then welcome back to this kind of Thursday. Now, if this is your first time, we do have rules here. Yes, we do have rules. They're called house rules. They're 1, 2, 3, or maybe 3.5 or 4 rules here. Rule number 1. Take a deep breath. So rule number 1 is, if you look up there, right there, right? You see right there? It says live. Simply mean you are in the live audience. And what happened when you're in the live audience? You share. Yes, share. The button on your YouTube channel say share right there. Share. And invite someone else to be in the live audience with us. Hey, it's good to be in the live audience, isn't it? Rule number 1. Now, rule number 2. Have yourself a pen. Have yourself a notebook or a piece of paper to jot down notes. If you don't have such, use your devices. Because each device, I believe, do have a notepad on there. Now, why I say that is because we drop juicy contents here and golden nuggets. And as they drop, we write. Absolutely. Now, rule number 3 is easy breezy. Exactly. Have something to drink. Yes. I have mine right here. I won't tell you what I have right there yet. But you see, you can drink whatever is it that you want, whether water, wine, tea, juice, soda, whatever it is. But you see, I have my water, and my water can turn into wine. Jesus did it, didn't he? So I can do it too. Good. Now that we got that out of the way, and now you gather up all your things, gather your drinking, gather your writing tools. Now, we are going to roll right into this episode as we open the door of June with my darling sister coming up. So if you are ready, then we are ready. Let's go. My sister Ebony. Hello. Welcome to the Question Live Show. And I always ask the very first question before we go anywhere. How are you doing truthfully?
I am doing, you know what? I am actually doing pretty well. I am doing very, very well. Finally at a place of perfect peace. I cannot describe how it feels to be here.
Woo.
Yeah.
Perfect peace.
Perfect peace.
Let me tell you, there's something about that place.
Yeah. finally, it's been a storm has been raging around my life, and I'm like, Lord, I need help. And he said to me, peace be still, but you are the peace that needs to be still.
Hello, Lord.
I was the one raging. I was the storm that was raging in my life. And he's like, peace be still.
You gotta
And so
command
I'm
it.
like, oh, wait. So wait, I'm the storm? I'm the one causing all the issues. I'm the one that's blowing up the wind and
Yes,
tipping
yes.
the boat and all this stuff. I'm the one doing that.
Stirring up stuff.
Peace be
You're the
still.
one stirring up things.
I'm the one stirring it up. So now I'm at perfect peace. I'm literally, I cannot explain it. I really can't.
Honey, you can't explain because everybody got to experience it for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hope everyone does.
And I pray, believe me, I pray every day.
Yeah.
Every day, Lord, please let people experience this. Please help them to experience it. Please help them along the way. Please help them to set their mind, because first of all, it's about the mindset, right? Set their mind to that place where they need to know that there's nothing more than that perfect peace.
That perfect peace that surpasses all understanding. It's just like when people or places and things are going crazy, I'm just sitting there like, okay, Lord, I can't do nothing about this. This is up to you to handle this. And this right before this interview, I had a meeting with my a group that I started with my friend called Audacious Ladies, and I told them, sometimes we can be in places where we have to be focused. We have to say either I'm all in or I'm not. And I said, at this point in my journey, God said, you either believe all the way or you don't. You either faithful all the way or you're not. There's no, I forget where in the Bible, but he says you either hot or cold. You cannot be lukewarm, because he does not deal with lukewarm people. So I'm like, you know what, God, I'm all in. You either trust him all the way or you don't. There's no, I trust him a little bit or I trust him in some things. No, it's 100% or nothing. And so at this place, I'm like, y'all, I'm giving him 100% of everything, Lord, because at the end of this, there is glory on the opposite side. And so I'm giving him glory now for later. And I know because there is glory that's going to come from it. No one will be able to tell me or say to anybody else, if it wasn't for me, Ebony wouldn't be able to whatever. No, when this is over, y'all, it was God.
You better tell it.
No, nothing else could have, and no one could help me but God. No,
you better tell it.
Unless he sends them to help me. Otherwise, it's all him.
There you go.
It's all him. So, yeah, it's all him.
There you go. And if we, oh Lord, you're going to let me start preaching up on here?
Listen, I'm gonna be right there preaching with you, sis. I'm not mad at it.
Woo! Listen, there's no other way to start off June, honey, because we're rolling into a season of summer, baby, and that is my season. So I tell people, I'm like, listen, when I get into my season, you can't get me back out.
Right.
And I said that in all sense.
Yeah.
In all sense. When I get in my season, you can't get me back out.
No, it's all in. Like this season I'm in, I'm like, okay, God, I don't know what you're doing, but I know you're doing something. I know you're here with me because you told me you'll never leave me nor forsake me. You'll never give up on me. This is, we're in this together. So yeah, Lord, this is where we are. This is not where I am. This is where we are. But I asked him, Lord, what are you going to do about this?
Yeah, but honey,
because I have no power to control this, but you do. So what are you going to do about it? I'm putting it in your hands. I'm walking away from it. Just like when the storm started to brew and the disciples were nervous and you were asleep in the bottom of the ship and they came waking you up. Lord, we about to die. And he wake up. Jesus wake up like, really, y'all?
Like, so y'all wake me up for this?
It's a storm. I said, let's get in the boat, go to the other side. I just finished preaching. and y'all waking me up about a storm. I said
Hello.
what I said, and we're gonna accomplish what I said. So let me sleep. But since y'all afraid,
All right,
be
let me do
still.
something.
Ye of little faith. Like, why y'all scared? I told y'all. So that's where I am right now. I love the Bible. I love making it so animated.
Listen, I'm with you, sis.
I
We
absolutely
in
love
this.
it.
Like, you look,
People
I'm
to
gonna
kind
sit
of,
right on up here.
yeah, it makes it for people easy to grasp it. But when the storm start raging, I'm like, okay, Lord, well, you told me peace be still. I'm gonna go ahead and get in the bottom of the ship, and I'm gonna take me a nap. And you just wake me up when you want me to do something. And I'm just gonna tell you, you doing a good job, Jesus.
Yeah,
You
hello.
better work, Jesus. I'm gonna be
Listen,
his. I'm his cheerleader. I love watching him work, not only in my life,
what
but in
just
other people's
around?
life as well. So I love it. I
And
absolutely love
the thing about it, Ebony, the thing about it is like people think Jesus worked part time, but
it.
don't be
People,
using Jesus as a part time worker. He's not
no,
a part time worker.
not
So
at all.
let's
This
straighten that out.
He's always working. He said work. We call it miracles when he does something, but he never said if you read the Bible from in the New Testament, he always says my father's work. I'm here to do my father's work. He never
Yes,
says I'm here to do my father's miracles or my father does miracles. We
yes,
call them miracles, but God calls them work. When
yes.
work is something that you do, it's just what you do.
Is that what you do?
It's just what he does. He's a miracle. He's not a miracle worker. He just works good
He
things
work at all times.
at all times. He never sleeps nor slumbers. He's not
Right?
resting. Can you imagine if Jesus was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go on vacation. I'm gonna take a sabbatical."
I gotta take a nap.
If Jesus closed his eyes for 1 minute, this whole world gonna be destroyed.
Girl, you said 1 minute.
A minute.
Honey, that's too long.
It is too long.
How you got to a minute? A minute is too long.
That is not a minute.
I don't know how you got to a minute, honey. How many sound like it's a whole month you just said? Like
Listen,
a minute?
okay.
No, we're not doing a minute. A minute is too long.
A
And
minute
if
is
you
probably like
wink,
10,
because
10
if you
years
wink
for him.
for a quick second and hold it, it's like I can't do that either. I can't
Yeah.
do that. I can't do that. Can't do that. So audience, you see how we started, audience. So let me pause for a second, and I'm gonna give my sister the moment right here to tell us where she's tuning in from and a little bit about what she does and all that good stuff about my sister as she opened the door to June. Go right on, sis.
Awesome. Happy June, everyone. Happy June. I am Ebony Nicole. My clients call me Coach Ebony Nicole. I am the writing coach and publishing engineer to faith-based men and women. I help them to start and finish, design, structure, publish, and release the book that God gave them. Certainly, if you knew someone who is interested in writing their book, someone who has maybe struggled with that process, maybe they are midway or somewhere in the process of writing and they're not quite sure what to do next, I am your girl. I can help you. I start from the ideal of your book to a physical book in hand, as well as an electronic book, which is an ebook. I have been in business since 2016 is when I officially launched my business, but I've been writing and publishing respectively since 2010 and 2012. I have thus far published over 40 persons. They have come to me with rough drafts of their books. Some have come to me with, I know the title, I know what I want to talk about, but that's all I have. And I sent them away with a completed book in hand that they could be proud of and to sell and share with others around the world. I would say one of the things, let me just say this. I am in Rochester, New York. I absolutely love my home. This is where I call home for now. I don't know where my next chapter is going to lead me, but this chapter, Rochester is home. One thing I will always say to just in case someone is wondering how would they go about starting their book, one thing I'll always say is to know why you want to do it. And to know why you want to write your book is the most important thing, because when you know why, you know how to keep going and you know what your end result is going to be. So when you write or think about why you want to write your book, let me tell you 2 points to think about. The first why is an external reason. Why do you want to write it? It should be, maybe you're looking at leaving a legacy for your children or grandchildren. Maybe it's to help a particular set of persons. Maybe it's to teach people something that they've never learned before, or to encourage them, or just to straight entertain them. So there's an external reason why you want to do it. The internal is the second reason. Your second why to writing your book is your internal reason. The internal reason, you have to be selfish. It's all about you. Why is this book important to you? And when you think about it, make sure it's something that's rooted in who you are. Nothing surface. Nothing like, oh, I just want to do it. If you just want to write your book, then your deadlines will not matter. You setting up and getting out there interviewing people or interviewing with others will not matter. You will not do anything to move your book along and to make sure and to ensure it gets in people's hands, because it's something you just want to do. But when it's something you must do, something you need to do, nothing is going to stop you from doing it. Will doubt rise up? Of course it will. Will fear? Absolutely. Will imposter syndrome? You can count on it. But when you know why, for your selfish reasons, you will be able to get over those things. So if you know someone who is interested in writing their book, just send them on over to my website, which is my full name, ebonynicolesmith.com. And I will talk to them. And if they become one of my clients, as long as they tell me that it was you that sent them, and they become one of my clients, then you get a cash bonus. Ching ching. I like to give away stuff because, it comes back. That's how seeds work. You plant a seed, God gives, he says, like, he gives seed to sowers. So I like to give because I know more is going to come back to me. But that's it in a nutshell. I am Ebony Nicole. I help people to help faith-based men and women to write, start, finish, write, design, everything in between their book, publish it, release it, and get their book done. And that's it. Thank you so much for having me in this beginning of June. Thank you.
And there you have it.
Wow, I'm going on. Don't leave me out here by myself because I keep going.
Listen, this is the space for you, okay? This is a space for you. I will pull you back when I feel like pulling you back. I will just let you go when I feel like letting you go. Okay, but we're going to share space. We're going to share space. And that's fine because this was created for creatives like you.
Yeah.
This space was created to say, if you have a story, if you have a book, if you have work in progress, come on in so we could work together, so we could build together, so we could succeed together.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Togetherness. Nobody can succeed by themselves. That's sure.
No, you can't. There's always got to be, there should be a team with you because you cannot, it's impossible to know everything.
Yes.
And so it's best to help to bring on people who can help you because they know more. And they can
I heard you. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying it. They can teach you what they do to a certain extent if you have the capacity to learn.
Yeah, and I heard you mention, being the book person. That if you sit there and you have an idea, because I tell you this much, we all got a story. We all got something inside of us, right? And there's someone that's in there struggling to get that story out. And here you have my sister right here. She's saying, come to me. Yeah. Hello, Ebony, I do have an idea.
Yeah.
Right? And you make that just that one little step.
I
have an idea. What is the idea? I want to write a book. And that is it.
That's
okay.
It.
What is it that you want to write about? And you mentioned external and internal.
Yes.
And the internal is so important.
It is.
In everything that we do, the internal is important because this out here, all our good looking self is just shell.
Mm-hmm.
Just shell. We are just a vessel, just this. But our good-looking self, we need to get inside.
Absolutely.
So no matter what we need to do, we need to go inside. Whether we
Mhm.
need to write a book, whether we need to tell a story, whatever the case is, we need to go inside
Inside.
externally. Go in there, dig up in there, like, all right, I need to write a book. But what is the book about? Why do you want to write this book? Do you want to just like let out things? And what is it? What is it? And that's that based around everything that we are going to accomplish in this life.
Yeah.
Whether we are going to be seeking husband, wife, having children, friendship, whatever the case is, you still gotta go inside.
Inside, yeah, because that's where your truth lies. That's where the true you lies. And sometimes we can cover up who we truly are because we wonder what people are going to say or what they're going to think or what they're going to do when we become or show up as our authentic self. But I had to learn at 39 years old. I believe I was maybe like 33, 34 years old when I realized I have to show up as Ebony Nicole because everyone else's one is already taken. Two, I cannot keep up this lie trying to be somebody else. And three, at the end of the day, when I sit down, am I pleased with who I am? And so I have to show up as Ebony. This is Ebony. I mean, there's some, I'll say this. Everybody don't see every parts of me because everybody
Hello.
cannot handle
Hey,
every part of me.
Well, I'm
And
about to
so
take off my
I'm
show
very
now.
conscious about what I show of me to people because
Yes.
you may not be able to handle the full capacity of who I am. So you
Yes.
might get a little bit, but my best friend might get more. My mentor might get more than my best friend, and my
Yes.
pastor might get more than everybody. But Jesus gets all of everything. But it's just about showing up. When I do show up, no matter how much of me you get, it is truly Ebony.
Period.
Period. Point blank to the
Blank, blank,
that's
period.
it.
Exclamation sign
Yeah.
going around the road, down the street, up the highway,
Definitely.
and back.
Yeah, it's just
And
me
back.
because I can't. I mean, I have to. I said to myself, and I just posted this on my social media. I began to live my best life when I dismantled doubt and abandoned my comfort zone. I got out of self-doubt and comfort zone and just said, you know what, girl, you can do it. I'm like, you know what, girl, I sure can. and just go for it and getting out of a comfort zone because nothing is in the comfort zone. Nothing grows in the comfort zone.
Yes.
Everything is stagnant. It becomes stale. It loses its life and eventually it dies. But once you get out of that comfort zone, once you walk on water like Peter, the dry land will never be the same because you'll always want to get back on the water. And so that's how it is. Once I left my comfort zone, I was like, oh, well, this is beautiful out here.
Hello.
This is what I've been missing. So I encourage every time God gives me an opportunity to talk to women, specifically women, I have a heart for women.
Yes.
And when he allows me to speak with them, I always ask them, why are you still there? And they're like, where? In your comfort zone.
In your comfort zone.
I'm telling you, there's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing in your comfort zone, but everything is outside of it.
Yes.
You take risk, you have the opportunity to fail. And I had this afternoon, I spoke to a young lady who was she's nervous about speaking in front of crowds. And she has to, we're doing job training this week for a mentorship program I'm a part of called the Black Men Achieve of Rochester. And so we're teaching the students about job training, giving them job training skills. And so she's afraid. And I talked to her and she was sitting in the chair and I kneeled on the side of the desk to look her right in her eye. To come to her level. And I said, honey, I understand your fear, but let me tell you how you get out of it. And her thing was being in front of people and wondering what they're thinking of her. And she said that there was some things she had gone through. And I said, honey, you don't have to tell me what you've gone through. Yes. But I know whatever it was got you locked in fear, but I want to help you knock that fear out. And so we began to talk. And one of the things I said to her, which was revealed to me, was that she said that she's stupid. I said, what? I said, let me help you here, honey. First of all, you're not stupid.
Yes,
You're a
yes,
very smart young woman.
yes.
And you will only become smarter. I said, but what you have to do, what I suggest, what I recommend, because I cannot make you do anything.
No,
I can
no,
only suggest and recommend it. I
absolutely.
said, you have a positive thought about yourself. When you have that thought, immediately say it. And when you say it, you are the first person to hear what you say.
Yes,
What you say then settles on your heart. And I said, it's a cycle, because whatever is on your heart is what you think. And what you think is what you speak. And what you speak is what you hear. And what
yes,
you hear goes on your heart. And what's in your
yes,
heart, you think. And so
yes,
it's a cycle. It's a cycle. And I told her, you got to keep recycling those positive things about yourself. And long as you recycle them, even if you at the time don't believe it, but as long as you keep recycling it,
you will.
eventually it's going to settle in your heart and you're going to believe it. Then it's going to become a thought, and your actions are going to manifest everything that you have said, everything you thought, said, heard, and what's in your heart is going to be manifested around your world. And so that's how I tell myself, you can do this.
Yes. But because the thought already reached to you when
Yeah.
you already say it, because it's not just, it didn't form as word, it formed as a thought. So
Yeah.
when you say it, it's already there. You got to
Yeah.
just drag it out. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a telephone call. Like, what did you say? Right? It's like, like,
Yep.
oh, you're saying something? Okay, yeah. All right.
Mhm.
So it's like a telephone call to yourself. That call coming in from your thoughts, your mental state of mind is saying, oh, girl, you know you can do this. Like, what? All right. So you can do it. So you
Yep.
say it. And the thing is, there's a first part of destiny. You see, destiny is where we got to get to and where we reach. But to get to your destiny, you got to start with a thought.
Yes, absolutely.
This destiny, thought.
Yeah.
That's it. Destiny, whatever is in the middle before you get to destiny, is all start with here.
It all starts with a thought. It all starts with a thought, because if you think you can do it, and you can. And I think that the saying goes, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I apologize if it's not correct, but it's something to the effect of, if you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right. If you think you can, something to that effect. Like, if you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right. Either way, it's up to you.
Either way.
Either way, it's up to you. So I'm telling myself, either I can or I can't.
Either way.
And I'm like, I can't doesn't seem right. I can't just seems wrong. So I'm like, no, I can. But why can't I? I don't know why I can't, but I know why I can. So I'm gonna walk with I can. And so I can becomes a strong part of my vocabulary.
Honey, I think I'm not even think right now, because I believe I can is sounding easier for me.
Yeah.
Because for me to say I can, I'm thinking about the two words that form I can't. And that means I cannot.
I can't. Not I can't.
So right there, I got messed up.
Yep.
So why not just go with the simple word, I can?
I can. Yeah. And you're just learning. And in between, like you said, you have your thought and then your destiny. And then from your thought creates actions.
Yes.
And you become strategic in your actions. You become focused in your actions, and everything lines up, and you become purposeful in your actions. That's going to lead you to the destiny. And especially if you are a faith-based man or woman or a child, it doesn't matter. If you believe in Christ, you already know every footstep you take is already ordered, and it's going to lead you to where he needs for you to be. So as long as you keep that in mind, like when I get up from this desk and I take a step, God wanted me to go that way.
There you go.
That's the way God wanted me to go.
And that step was already there before you were even conceived.
Before I even picked up my foot.
Honey, before you
put it down, the step was already there. Like, sis, I was just waiting for you.
Let's just merge.
Yeah, that's pretty much. It's just like in our destinies as well. Our destiny is not something we chase. It's a pursuit.
It's there.
It's a pursuit. And
and it's waiting for you to merge with it.
it is because when you chase something and versus pursuing, right? So if you chase something, that means it's running away from you because it does not want to be caught by you.
Thank you.
So I've never heard of someone who's obtaining a degree say, I am chasing my degree in, economics. I'm chasing my degree in hotel management. I'm chasing my degree in whatever. No, I'm pursuing my degree because they know they're going to obtain it. And
yeah, because it's there waiting for you.
Yeah, it's just literally there. You do your 4 years or however many years it takes you to do it, but it's waiting for you. But if you're chasing something, to chase means it's probably darn near impossible to get.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I don't chase anything. I pursue.
No, I'm not chasing nothing.
I don't chase. I'm pursuing a higher level. I'm pursuing ministry. I'm pursuing better business. I'm pursuing more clients. I'm not chasing clients.
No.
I don't have to.
No. And audience, I'm telling you, and this is going to take us right into your latest work.
Yeah.
No, your latest work is this.
Yes.
So, let me situate myself, because you see, we're just talking about pursuing something.
Yes.
Going after the thing that is already waiting for us.
Yes, absolutely.
So, audience, I'm telling you right now, this is the moment for you to get something to drink. I told you that my water might turn into wine. I'm trying to let you know something's about to happen up in here. Yep. This is it.
Jesus still turning water into wine.
Jesus I created in his image, girl. I could do it.
Yes, he did.
I could do it. And he gave me the same power. I could do it. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I could do it. Whew. First of all, let me see. You got 40 published work.
Clients, over 40 clients have been published.
40 clients, all right.
10 of my own.
10 books of your own?
10, yeah.
All right, so listen, I only got 10 fingers on this. So I'm going to celebrate with all my 10 fingers. That's all I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to celebrate with my 10 fingers. Yep. So this is the last one, because I call books baby. So this is your last baby?
So far, I have more babies to come. I got some other ones that I'm birthing. I'm actually going to be birthing my memoir in November.
Woo.
Yeah.
All right now.
Yes.
All right. I think my drink is turning into wine very soon. I think it's brewing. Oh well. Listen, honey. First of all, when I look at this cover, so first, congratulations. Okay. Congratulations in this new baby, the newborn is right here. Yes. Congratulations on this one. And as you're in your pregnancy,
yep.
Roll on in your full term, honey. Roll on into your full term.
Yes.
Congratulations on this newborn baby that we have here.
Thank you.
First of all, when I look at this baby, I thought I was looking at a glass with some wine. So let me be quiet.
No, that is an hourglass. I need to get you a bottle of wine. I can't even front. I love wine. Absolutely. I love wine.
I'm just telling the truth. That's all I saw was a bottle of red wine. And I was like, girl, I have to do like this. Okay, hold on. Let me look again, because I don't know. I have to put up a little bit more. I'm like, okay. That says waiting for wife somebody, but I'm seeing
all you see is the wine.
Wait, what wine got to do with the wife?
That's funny.
I'm like, wife, wine, waiting. That's a whole brought to you by the letter W. I don't know. I don't know what was happening.
No, that's funny.
I was like, okay, let's look at this again. See, I don't know.
I can see where you were thinking the wine, because of the glass. How you hold the glass and you cradle it, and right there would be the wine. I can get that. I can see that.
This episode is brought to you by the letter W.
W for writing. or wine, or waiting,
or waiting. I don't know. Wife. So,
or wife.
so no, that book right there. Whew. While I wait, let's see it again because you know it don't mess me up. A
A praying
praying
wife
wife
in waiting.
in waiting.
Yes.
All right, all right. A praying wife in waiting. Now,
Yes.
audience, look at the. You see, everybody's perception of things is different. It's different. Now, right there, a praying wife in waiting.
Mm-hmm.
That by itself is a whole faith statement. Talk to us, sis.
Okay, so A Praying Wife in Waiting is a collection of stories written by myself and 17 other women. Some of us at the time were single. They would think it was about 5 or 6 of us. We were single. And then remaining authors or co-authors were all married. From 1 year all the way through to 37 was the longest woman that has been married at that time. And so we all share our stories, our journey, rooted in faith about being a wife, either waiting, such as myself and the 5 other women, or already such. And the goal was to show women who are waiting to be wives, in your wait, there is work that needs to be done. All of the women who were single and waiting at that time, we all put in some work. And let me tell you, we put in work. I'm just gonna say that because you have to get to a place where you truly love you in order for someone else to love you effectively. Now we all come with our baggage. We all come with some sort of trauma from yesteryear. But just because it comes with us doesn't mean we have to continue with it. And so in the book, we share our strategies and things that we had to come face to face with to become successfully single. And what that means is looking at relationships not through brokenness, but through a fresh pair of glasses. Looking at it in a healthy manner, understanding the purpose of ourselves for God's sake first, and then for man. And then when we transition from being successfully single, we have the successfully married women. Some of them were newly married and just shared their stories about what God had taken them through at different points of their marriage. And so some of the women were just talking about, being 7 years and all hell breaking loose in those first 7 years. And now I believe she's on to 10 or 11 years at this point. I believe she was talking about how the first 7 years were hell, and now they are in smooth sailing in their marriage. And then you have some marriages where the one woman, Mia, she was married for 37 years, and she said more than half her life, she's been a wife and a mother. That's all she knows. But she had what she referred to as gap years. And these were years that God had stretched her faith, stretched her as a woman, stretched her as a wife, stretched her as a mother, all while doing these things. And so with the Praying Wife in Waiting, we just share with you the things that we had gone through, that to give you that to say, God, I do believe I am a wife, and I want to be prepared to be such. Help me. I would tell you this, when he works, and you tell him you want to be prepared for the promise, baby, he's going to work you. Do not fight it. Do not fight what he's doing. I just throw your hands up, surrender. Straight surrender. Okay, God, are you finished yet? No, he's still going. Okay, go ahead, God. You done yet? No. Okay. Woo, because he's gonna everything that's, I won't say for you, I'll say for me. Everything that was rotten, everything that was bitter, everything that was dead, broken, damaged in me, God said, no, that all got to go, all
Hello.
of it, so you can serve me better. And that's what happened. And I'll say this too, then I'm gonna let go, because I told you, girl, I can go on.
Tell it.
I said to God, and this is what I prayed. I said, God, make me into the woman you desire, need, and want me to be. Make me into the woman you saw when you looked upon this earth and you said, let there be light. You had me in mind because you knew I was going to come into the light. What did you see for me before the world had its paws on me? Before the world got a hold of me, what did you see for me? Make me into that woman. And because that woman will be what he's done and what he's doing in me and making me into the woman he wants me, needs me, and desires me to be, then I'm also going to be made into the woman that my husband desires, needs, and wants. It's automatic. It's automatic. But not for my husband's sake, but for God's sake. God, make me into the woman you need me to be. And so that's what he does. Another thing, I would tell you this as a single woman, as a praying wife in waiting, I am a wife. If my husband he hasn't found me yet, or he probably has found me yet, but God hasn't said, go get my daughter and go get your wife and take care of her.
Okay, my water just turned into wine.
So it just turned wine. I ain't mad at it because I still got water.
Ooh.
I got lemon water.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why your water and turn into wine. It
didn't turn yet.
I'm going to tell you why. Because you see, what happened is the husband is there, but it's not the season.
It's not the season. And you know what? This is what I do.
That's the thing. Women fail to understand this. Someone can be your person.
Yeah.
Someone could be the husband. The wife is out there, but it's not
not the right time.
Season.
Yeah.
There's I mentioned this before in the beginning, that my season, you can't put me back for my season. Yeah. And that's what we got to get in our system. We got to get that from the inside, deep inside of us, that when it is your season, it is your season. Ooh. So when your husband is out there and you're right here, God is molding you. God is molding him too.
Absolutely. Let me tell you what I do. Let me tell you this. I have a journal. Now, in addition to a praying wife in waiting, the anthology, I also have a prayers for my husband journal.
Okay. There you go.
And it's a journal specifically for my husband. So I don't pray for his arrival because he's coming. He's coming. So I pray for where he is. I pray for where he is. I say, Lord, I cover him today. Order his footsteps according to your will, way, and purpose for his life today. I said, God, you know what? Let him know how blessed he is to have me, because you said he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor. Well, there's a level of favor my husband cannot get to until he finds me and makes me his wife. But I want you to give him a little tidbit, a little taste of what it's like to be my husband. So go ahead and bless him, Lord, and let him know it's from your wife. So I pray for my husband where he is. I ask God, not all the time I don't ask him. Sometimes God would tell me. He said, pray for him. And I remember the first time he said this, he said, pray for him. And I knew automatically he was talking about my husband. No name, no nothing. It was just pray for him. I said, okay, but what does he need prayer for? God said, stability. I said, okay, well, only scripture I could think of was a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So I prayed for him to be stable.
Yes.
The next day, God said, pray for him. Okay, and what am I praying for? God said stability. That was the first time I had to pray. I had to search the scriptures specifically for stability to effectively pray for my husband. And so I was doing this in a regular notebook, and I was like, I need something that I can just be really dedicated to. So I created the journal, and I used the journal, and now I have it for other wives as well. You're in the spirit and you're listening to God. God, what should I pray for my husband today? And then when he becomes my husband, I will give him, because there's a date, there's scriptures you can fill in the scriptures and everything, and then there's lined paper where you can write out your prayer, right?
Yes.
And so when he becomes my husband, I will gift him this prayer journal so he can see in 2021, I prayed in the month of October that God would reveal to you your enemies.
Yes. There you go.
He would say to me, I hope he says to me, well, in 2021 in October, all these enemies came out of nowhere.
Hey.
Because your wife prayed for them.
Hello. Yes.
Like,
because
so
it's supposed to be an alignment. It's supposed to be an alignment.
Absolutely.
Because while you're praying, sis, he should be somewhere.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Too.
He has to be. Because if he's not a man of God, I won't even entertain it. It's not even an option for me.
There you go.
It's not even an option. And I also, let me tell you this. God is so funny. I remember one time, because every time a man, and I say God is funny because the joy of the Lord is our strength, right? So you gotta, if you love the Lord, you have that relationship with them, I promise you, the Lord will make you laugh.
Listen, I be like,
he is funny. He is funny. But
girl, I be like, you play too much. Stop, you play too much.
He played too. I'll be like, Lord, we are not doing this today. So I remember, I'm gonna say this about God being funny. He said a thing to me, and I said to Jesus, Jesus, let's talk for a minute. I think we need to put Ancient of Days over here in the nursing home because he's tripping if he is asking me to do this thing. So that's what when I say I enjoy the Lord. That's just my relationship with him, right? But I remember but whenever a man that approaches me with the intention of pursuing, again, chasing and pursuing is two different things. With the intention to pursue me, I'll always ask God, who this? Like, Harper, who this here man? I'm like, God, who this? God, he in my inbox. God, he wanted to exchange numbers. In inbox too, girl. I'm like, Lord, he wanted my phone number. Lord, his friend said my friend or my cousin said call.
Right.
Lord, what this here man want?
Why are you here?
He would tell me. But let me tell you one thing he did say. I asked him, I said, God, what this man want?
Yes.
God, he coming on strong, and your daughter kind of liking it. I kid you not, sis, God said to me, I did not send him.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Don't be attaching
yourself. Clear as day.
And don't attach yourself.
So every time somebody try to talk to me, Lord, what you want me to do with this?
Yep.
Sometimes it's just be a friend.
Yes, because you got to know your reason.
That whole part.
You got to know your reason and your season. Because you can't entertain. You got to know how to
entertain everybody. Because everybody's not your husband.
Everybody's not your husband. Everybody's not your friend.
And he's the one.
Just everybody's not your friend.
Yeah. You can't. So when God said to me, I did not send him.
Bye.
Well, who sent him, Lord? Well, if the Lord didn't send him,
then the enemy did.
Hello, somebody. And I did that quick, fast, and a hurry, because what you're not going to do.
You're not going to disturb. You're not going to distract me.
Not this one, not today. My relationship with, he calls me daughter. That's relational. And I call him father, I call him daddy. Right. I call him father, I call him daddy, because we are in relation.
Yes.
There's no way I'm going to entertain and like, if I can't, this is the thing. In a natural, we as women, if you are dating a guy and you know for real you cannot introduce him to your father or your father figure, then sis, that's not the one. And the same thing with God. If you cannot pray to God about him, then sis, you know it's wrong. God shouldn't have to tell you it's wrong. You already know because you won't even pray to God about him. And so whenever a guy come to me, I'm like, Lord, who this here man and what he want? You know, and the Lord, said, I did not send him. Ever since then, I was very adamant about asking, what does this man want, God, and what do you want me to do with him?
Because if you just sent you that person for you to say hi to that person, then by all means, hi. And
hey, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Have a good one. Enjoy your day. Do you whatever? It's always. It's not. I don't ask God who is this man. In every situation, because I can gauge if this is just someone who just wants to be friendly and whatever have you. But if he's approaching me or coming in a pursuing manner, then yes, I am asking. I'm questioning.
You better know.
Yeah,
You
I've
better
done too
know.
much work for this. I put this on my social media. I said I've done too much work for me to give myself to just any man.
You better say.
I can't. I cannot. I've been through too much. I know it sounds cliche in Christendom, but I promise you,
I don't care
I've
how
been
it
through
sounds,
many
honey. It is what it is.
to know, yeah, I'm just gonna sit back and wait for God. Because even when I had a conversation with someone and it was funny. She told me my standards were too high. And I was like,
What?
they're too
No.
they're too high to
Somebody's
be
gonna be it.
for God. They're not high enough because
For
God
God,
said,
they're
"My thoughts are
high.
not your thoughts. My
But
ways
why
are
would
not
you?
your
But
ways.
why would you
I
lower
will
your
give you
standards?
exceedingly. I will." He said, "I will give you exceedingly and abundantly more than you can even ask or think." So if my standards are high, they're meaning acts to God. They're not high enough because He's going to exceedingly, abundantly give me more than I can ask or think. So my standards are not too high. They're actually too low for God.
They're too low. They need to go higher.
That whole part. But I say that because sometimes when we share what it is that we cannot share with everybody, we have to be very careful, right?
Honey, no.
So you have to protect those things. So whatever it is you're desiring a husband, write them down. You can also purchase one of my prayer books and put it in there. Plug.
Listen, before we go any further, where can we get that book? Because
yes,
I know there are a lot of single women out there that saying, "Where is my husband? Where is my guy? Where is my man? Why is it that I can't find Mr. Right?" I know there are a lot of single women out there because this topic been floating very often. It's floating a lot. Yeah. Where is my husband? Yeah. I need to find Mr. Right. Yeah. So it's going, and I'm seeing this topic a lot for this year. This year alone, I am seeing this topic going and going and going. Like it just become like this piece of cake. Like, hey, what happened? Where is my husband? Do you believe in dating before that husband arrives? As a Christian.
Absolutely. For me, you want me to answer that?
Yes.
Yes, you better date. How else you go? Here's the thing. I'm glad you asked that. Yes, sis, date. Because every man is not the same.
All right.
Okay, and you need to know what you like and what you don't like, but you need to know that before you actually date.
Yes.
While you're talking to him, determine through conversation, not through text message and inboxes. If you don't get on my inbox and ask me, be intentional about my time. Because as an entrepreneur, my time is very important. So if I'm gonna make time for you, you better make the best of it. So come with a plan and a goal and objective, and let me know. Hey, are you free on Friday at 7 o'clock for dinner? Let me check my calendar. Yes, I am free. Mm-hmm. Or no, I'm not free at 7, but 7:30, 8 o'clock will be best. Mm-hmm. And then you can let me know where you would like for me to meet you. But just ask. Pick me up. Right. No, I don't want you to pick me up because I'm not comfortable with people coming to my house yet. Yeah. Because I own my home. Well, I have a mortgage on my home. And if he turns me crazy, I can't leave. So I cannot leave. I cannot break the mortgage. I can't break the mortgage. But
I'll meet you at a restaurant, honey.
I'll meet you there. But I say this because if you know what you need, what you want, what your needs and wants are your negotiables and your non-negotiables. Your non-negotiables are your needs, and negotiables are your wants. When you know what those are, mm-hmm. you can date more effectively. That's how I am. I talk to him. I know I'm talking a lot on this live, but let me just say this.
That's what it's about.
When I talk with men on the phone and not through text message, I'll be quick. I'm not having a conversation with you on text on my phone. No. I need you to call me. Make time to call me.
Yes.
And I'll wait for them to call me. They never call me after that message. They never call me. They never wanted to be serious with me.
There you go.
So I can weed you out that way.
There you go.
I also weed them out by allowing them to talk. We as women, we dominate the conversation, giving men all of the ammo they need to later cause some type of mass destruction. And we realize I really didn't know them. Yes, sis, because you talked the whole time. So I let them talk.
Yes.
And I get their heart posture. And I can know from there. No.
Listen, I done told y'all how we do here on the Question Live Show. I
How's
done
it
told y'all to be ready. I done
Listen,
told y'all to be ready because we are
sit back, let
opening
them talk,
New Year.
sis.
We're not playing. I done told y'all to be ready because see, y'all, listen, I'm
Let them
right
talk, sis.
here.
Let them
Because
talk.
I do real stuff right here. We're not sugarcoating nothing because you just said a point. And this is what I want sisters out there who are seeking your husband. Get this in your spirit. Because we mentioned internally before. And I want you to get this rightfully inside of you. That you got to get the posture.
Yes, his
The
heart posture.
heart.
Yep.
Hi, sweetie, how you doing? No, I need to get the posture
Yes.
of your heart
I need
to
see
match
the posture, right?
mine. Because when your heart is beating, I need for it to match mine, baby. Let's roll together.
Yes.
We need to be in full alignment.
Yes, absolutely.
Full
Absolutely.
alignment don't mean my good looks and your good looks, or your good looks and my good. No, it does not mean that. We need to match from the inside. Hey, Jesus, take the ribs out of the eye.
Benediction. We done. There's nothing else to say after that. And that's the truth. It's more than just the physical, because anything can change in the blink of an eye.
Hello.
Everything out here can change, but who you are inside remains the same. And so
there you go.
When I'm dating, and I encourage women to date with a purpose, though. Get to know them. Ask those questions. You know, don't be afraid of tough conversations, because it's better to have them up front than later. When you are like a year into a relationship and you realize you two have nothing in common. And so because you guys didn't have these tough conversations. And I would say this, because I see we're almost out of time. I was seeing a guy, and we had the conversation about marriage and children, because I've never been married and I don't have children, but I desire both.
Yes.
Well, he has 3, and he's been married before, but he wants to get married again, but how he wants his family and life structured, I don't agree with.
Okay.
And so we determined, because we want the same things, but in different fashions, it will not work for us. No. And so we're just friends. No. So because I'm not in the business of changing a man's mind.
No.
If a man says he does not want, trust and believe, baby, he does not want it.
Listen intently. Yes.
Listen intently. And this is the thing. You listen to understand, not to respond.
There you go.
And if you listen to understand, and as you listen to understand, you can formulate more questions for clarity. Then you ask questions for clarity.
Yeah.
So you don't want children? You don't want any more? No, I don't want any more children. That's straight to the point. That to me is an immediate hard no. I don't care how much money he make, how fine he look. Oh, I love a man that smells good. Wait a minute, give me a minute.
Yeah, listen, girl.
Look, a man that smells good. I'll be like, where he at?
And like, how you doing?
But it's I don't care about any of those things. But if you say a man says what he does not want, take it for what he said. Because men can be fickle, just like women can as well. We all can be. But I've never known a man to go back on his word. When he says no,
it's no.
His no is his no. His yes is his yes. If he tells you he does not want it, he doesn't want it. So it's all about being quiet and asking questions for clarity.
And that's the thing with women. Women walk around with imposter syndrome, and women, I'm going to encourage women right now. Please be your real self.
Yes, be you, sis. You are so dope in real life.
Listen, be
you know you dope, girl.
Oh, Jesus, please be your real self, ladies. Because I'm telling you right now, men are real.
Yeah.
They are real, and they're looking for real women.
Yeah.
They're looking for a real woman, and you are not being your authentic self. You're showing up in an imposter syndrome. You're showing up wearing a mask, and they are not seeing you. And I personally believe when there's a marriage going on, whether in the spirit or naturally, you see there's a thing, I don't know if it's cliche or people just kind of like fall into this category where the first 7 months are supposed to be chaotic. Because you didn't take time to learn that person.
You didn't take that time out.
And I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to say it again. I solely believe this because society have this, and I don't know if people are falling into society bucket where, oh, the first 7 months supposed to be chaos, or the first 7 months, the first 7 years supposed to be hell. And I think people are falling in that category because they're not taking time out to, one, learn themselves,
Yeah.
and two, learn the individual that they want to be married
Right.
to. They're only looking like this. I see you good looking. All right.
Listen,
All right.
his favorite color doesn't matter at first. His favorite color only matter if, like around his birthday or something like that, you want to get him a gift. But you can typically, if you paying attention, if he wears a particular color all the time, you can pretty much tell what his favorite color is. So, oh, what's your favorite color? None of that. What's your favorite movie? None of that. That's if you two are for real dating. This is one thing I did, and I'm actually going to put this in my praying wife. I'm doing a devotional, a praying wife and waiting devotional.
Yes.
Where you can have a 30 days of questions, and you ask him a question in the morning through text. One of you both will ask each other a question in the morning, and then in the afternoon you make time to discuss it. Yes. Maybe you don't want to do it 30 days. Maybe you might want to do 2 questions a week, and then on Friday you guys have dinner. You discuss the answers, but they're deep questions, like deep
real questions
you need to discuss. Like, what was your childhood like? Don't just say you had fun. Nah, come on, be for real. What was your childhood like?
I play. No. What was it?
No, what was it like?
What was your home
poverty? Like? Was it a single family home? Was there abuse? We need to know what these things are because they're going to manifest later. And don't be sitting there. You going to be sitting there. I'm going to be sitting there looking like, well, what happened? Well, when I was 8,
this happened,
and I didn't tell you about it. These are my triggers. Well, we had to have this conversation. So,
and the thing is, I oftentimes says this: broken boys grow up to be broken men.
Same thing with
broken girls grow up to be broken women.
Yeah.
So therefore, if you are not healed and I am not healed, it's going to be brokenness.
Yes, you cannot build anything off of anything that's broken.
Period. There's nothing growing. Period. Yeah. We're just broken. We're not going to have a solid marriage. We are going to fuss. We're going to fight because we are not healed. And this is where I go back to what I mentioned earlier, that it could be your person, but it's not the season. Yeah. So you got to know where your person lies. You got to know what you're seeking God to do for you individually. And you're going to say, hey, I desire to be married. So let me fix me first.
That's right. And it's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. I remember I see marriage and relationships in a completely different light. It's so beautiful. Like I really cannot wait till my husband finds me.
Reach that place.
There's so much that I always wanted to do but haven't had the opportunity to do. So although he will not be my first man that I've had sex with, but there are other things that he will be the first of. Like he will be the first man that I would carry a baby for.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of firsts. Like I've never traveled with a man before, so I cannot wait to be able to travel with.
You have that companionship to go and like, hey, honey, we're going on vacation today. Yes.
So there's a lot of other firsts. There's a lot of other firsts that he will be able to. He will be the first and last.
Yes.
First of things. So yeah, he's one blessed man. He won't count himself as lucky. He'll count himself blessed.
You're blessed, honey. You'll find a good thing. It says if you find
that whole part.
Listen, baby. If you find a wife, you find a good thing, and and you get favor. Let's not forget the part.
Favor. There's a level of favor your husband can't get to. Their husband
from the Lord.
There's this level. I know you mad, but wait till you find me. That's when it's gonna break open.
Favor you're gonna get, baby. Favor you're gonna get. You're gonna get favor from the Lord,
yes.
And that's why you see men. You see some men walk around real blessed because they know the deal, honey. You know
yes, absolutely.
Sis, listen, honey, we are not losing words. We are not losing questions. We're just on time of, that's okay. That's okay. Mm-hmm. What is it that you want to tell that one woman, if you should just look in the camera and tell that one woman right now? What is it that you would tell that one woman who says, when is Mr. Right coming? Give that word.
I would say to you, sis, Mr. Right doesn't exist. But who does exist is the one that God created for you. Mr. Right is a myth. He's some fictional character that women created to kind of bring themselves to hope and holding on to it. There is no Mr. Right. There's no Mr. Perfect, unless his name is John Wright or John Perfect. Otherwise, he does not exist. But what you can do before the one that God had pulled you out of, the one that God says he's going to be over you, the one that God says you are to submit to. The Bible says, wives, submit to your husband, not to your boyfriend, not to your fiance, not to your boo thing or sneaky leak, but to your husband. That man, pray for him. Don't pray for his arrival because he's coming. Just pray for where he is. God, I give you glory for today. And I just thank you for my husband. You are looking at him right now, Father. You are in his face. He's probably in your face. Bless him. Give him something that he's been desiring for a while now. It may be me, maybe a little bit more you. It may be a new position at work. It may be something that's been bound and held up for years. God, on behalf of me, for my husband, unloose it. Give it to him, God. Father God, I come before you today and I just say, when my husband puts his feet on the ground, may he know he's blessed. May he walk into rooms that he know he belongs in. May you give him the words that he needs to say to make things move in his favor. May you send people his way with checks that have unlimited amounts that he can write on. May he walk into a space where favor is not common, but favor is his. May he walk into rooms that he changed the atmosphere as soon as he says hello. May he walk into rooms that his name was already spoke up in before he even walked into the room. May he know that the weight of the world is not on his shoulders, but it's the weight of grace and mercy. Let him know right now, Father, in the name of Jesus, that as long as he is obedient to you, as long as he follows you, as long as he submits to you, as long as he is on your agenda, as long as he follows your plan, your footsteps, then it will be easy for me to do the same to him. In Jesus' name, amen. Woman, pray for your husband for where he is. And in that way, when he arrives and he tells you he needs prayer for something, it's easy because you already been praying for him. That way, when he arrives, it's easy for you to pick him up in the spirit because you already been praying for him. You'll know him by your prayers. So pray for him. He's coming. I promise you. Did your water turn to wine? I bet it did.
It's brewing.
But that's it. I'm telling you, the prayer journal is available on my website, which is my name, ebonynicolesmith.com. Go ahead and order it. And I'll ship it out to you. And you get to write in your prayer, sis. And then when he becomes your husband, not your fiance, not your boo thing, when he becomes your husband, give it to him. When you have his last name, here
is your gift.
These are the prayers that I've been praying over your life. And now that's how he will know. Yo, I got me a praying wife. Yes, you do, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you kindly. Yes, indeed.
Yes. And don't stop praying for him because he needs it.
When you get him, yes, there you go. Right there. When you get him,
don't
continue.
Stop. Yes. Yes.
Because sometimes when we get something, we go right back in the comfort zone. Like, oh, I got my husband now. Forget it.
Pray for him now. No, lay hands on him. I can't wait to lay hands on my husband.
You need to pray some more when you get him.
And God be like, oh, he's having a bad day. Oh, say no more. Babe, I know you're having a bad day. Here's some scriptures for you. Here's some prayers for you. I got you. God said, oh, your husband, he's having some challenges at work. Say no more, Lord. Prayers into it because I'm his wife. That's my my honor.
Duty.
For me,
Yes.
that's my honor to cover this man. I cannot
Like,
wait.
woo.
I'm telling you, but I will wait because not
Yeah.
every man is deserving of me, and I'll confidently say that.
And I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm going to ask you to say that one more time because you're not only speaking for you, honey. Let me pull up my chair. Go ahead.
Every man is not worthy of me.
I'm going to put up something just now that I saw. Hold on. So it's going to block us for a second. Don't allow the fear of being alone to keep you with a man you know deep inside is not best for you.
God gives us his best. He says that. If you know that's not God's best, sis, let him go. Like,
Right.
and brothers, I'm not even saying this just to sisters, but brother, let them go.
Brothers
You
too.
know in your soul, like, yo, I know there got to be better out here. It's probably because you know it.
Because you know, and it is so.
Go get it.
Even though we're talking to the ladies, men, this
Absolutely.
also is for you. We're talking
Absolutely.
about the sisters right now. We lift up the sisters right now, but we're telling you this message is coming directly to you as well. Don't go bouncing here and there because you know that person's not for you, but you can like, oh no, I want to. No, please don't do it.
No. And
Please
you know
don't do
something.
it.
If you notice you are attracting this, I had to pray this thing away.
Yeah.
Different. I got so tongue tied. I had to pray certain things away because I noticed I started attracting
certain things,
so certain men, and I'm like, I had to pray, Lord, I don't know why I'm attracting this specific man, but he'll break whatever's in me that's attracting them.
Yes,
deal with it.
Yes,
and so for men, if
and that's
you notice, you are always attracting a certain type of woman. It's in you. You something in you attracted to those women and are attracting those women. And I pray, look, God, I don't know why I'm attracted to this type of man or why that type of man is attracted to me, but I need you to handle it because I don't want it.
It's real.
No, I don't want it. And I prayed those things. And now this is a beautiful thing. I smile and I get giddy because the things I used to want in a man aren't even relevant anymore. The things I want him to be like this. Those things don't, no, they're not even relevant. They're not even on my list of important things that I need.
Enticing.
It's all gone because I prayed away those things that were familiar to me, familiar spirits. I prayed those things away. And so now when I see men, I see men. Like,
listen, you got to know where your appetite is.
That's a man right there. Like, I see them and they're beautiful. Men. And it's different. It's different. Once you heal and you get rid of those soul ties, you let God do his real work on you, it's beautiful. You see relationships completely different. And you can hear when women aren't happy in their relationships, in their marriages. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna go because I am actually at my friend's office. I know he's gonna be ready to go in a minute. Get yourself a wife. If you are a praying wife in waiting, get yourself a wife. And this is what I mean by that. My mentor, she's been my mentor since 2014. She started off as just my friend, but as our friendship began to grow, she became a mentor to me. She's been married 22 years, and they have an 18-year-old daughter. She is my wife because I didn't have an example of one. And so she has become the example for me. I know she was healthy in her relationship because of how she speaks about her husband. Does he get on her nerves? Yes.
We all do.
But she get on his nerves too.
Yeah.
But the way she speaks about her husband, the way she honors and loves him. We would be going out to dinner or something. She'd be like, well, I'm gonna be a little late, y'all, because I gotta cook my husband dinner. She doesn't eat meat. She doesn't eat meat, but she will cook her husband some oxtails while she over here eating all the vegetables that she wants. But she'll cook these things for her husband. Like she loves and honors and cherishes her husband. You gotta find you a healthy wife. Every woman that's married is not happy. Every woman that's married is not in a healthy marriage. And every woman that's married is not a wife. I don't care what anybody say, because you got married girlfriends, you got married boyfriends, then you have married husbands, and you have married wives. Find you a married wife. If you are a woman of God, a man of God, pray and say, Lord, I need a wife. If you're a woman, Lord, I need a wife, but you got to be very mindful and
be specific now.
Very, very specific of what you're asking for. I need a woman who is healthily married, healthy in her marriage, her mindset, her view of marriage, and can teach me how to be the same. Like, I would come to her with my own ideas and stuff. She would say to me, she won't tell me if I'm wrong or right. She would just simply say, can I give you a different perspective? Or can I offer you another perspective?
Yeah.
And she does. And I'd be like, oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
You're like,
so she is my wife. And she's actually in the book under V. Floyd. She's in the book as well, and A Praying Wife in Waiting, which is also on my website. She's in there. And she is the woman that I go to for marital advice as a single praying wife in waiting. Sis, bro, get you a man who is healthy in his marriage. How does he speak about his wife? That's not the man you want in your ear. I'm telling you, he's not. Because if a man is not in his marriage and he's not happy, how can he give you
advice in you?
That's like taking advice from an accountant who got bad accounting in his own life. Come on now. You can't help me.
Listen, you got to know who you ask for help.
Absolutely. So I'm very passionate about women. I love women. Women have a heart. I have a heart for women, but I just want married wives who are praying and praying wives in waiting like myself. I know you're single, sis. I know you're single, bro. But if you pray to God for where your spouse is now, when he or she arrives, it's going to be like, I prayed for you. I literally prayed for you. And here is the book to prove it. After, men, my book is Prayers for My Husband. But, if you want, you can grab the book as well. Scribble. I think I might do a prayers for my wife. I'm going to do that as well. But until that does come out, how about you just go ahead, grab your notebook, sir, and write prayers to your wife. Yeah. And when she becomes your wife, I mean, not your fiance, not your boo thing, your wife. When you give her your last name, give her the book and say, I prayed for you. And make sure you date it so she can look through. I'm telling you, I hope my husband hears this and does it.
And I
would love to get it.
Like, oh yeah, I remember when you were on that show, you were saying that.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh yeah,
I would love for my husband to give me a prayer book after I become his wife and say, I prayed for you.
Because you know what, like right there, right there where you said, I hope your husband is hearing this, right? Yeah. Right in that moment, he's somewhere. Yeah. And just imagine that moment where you're presenting this, and today's date, because you wrote this down for today, and then he's presenting you with something, and then when you look, it's the same date.
I will freak out.
Woo! And we say no more, because let me tell you something. We're not running out of information, but we're just running out of time right now. Yep. But I'm telling you, sis, listen, I think I'm going to have to bring you back so we can.
Yes, please do. You already know.
You got to come back, part 2 of this, because we need this to be out there. We need this message to be out there. Yeah. So we are going to pause right here because you're coming back, honey.
I would love to come back.
You're coming back. So before you go, I like to say, let me leave this one mess before you go, because I want to say something to the outside world here. Those of you out there, I want to say this. Ladies, you got to heal emotionally, financially, mentally, spiritually, physically. All the alleys got to heal up before you think about getting that husband. Mm-hmm. Now, that husband is there because you see, the thing is about God said he will grant the desire of your heart. Sometimes we don't know the deep desire of our heart, but he does. So even though sometimes you said, oh, I don't want to be married because of all the things that you've been through, God see deep inside of your heart of the desire, and he's healing you. Let him heal you. Let him heal the husband that he has in store for you, so you two can become aligned and be one. And we are going to call back my sister Ebony in another episode where we're going to touch on this becoming one thing, because I'm telling you, this is a serious topic. So before we go to that, I just want to let you know on that part about this. So we are going to pause. My sister, before you go, I like to send off my guests in a space of prosperity and strength and courage and beauty. I like to send off my guests into a place of love and peace. So any step that they make, whether in their mind or physically walking, they walk in peace.
Yes. Perfect peace. That's right.
Perfect peace.
Yeah.
And they walk in love, because you see, love is just a commandment that we need to abide by. So and I want to say love first, loving you first, and then spread that love anywhere you go. Let that love radiate. And I want to tell you personally that husband is in the waiting room.
Yeah.
He's in the waiting room because God sees your heart.
Amen.
He's in the waiting room. Let him stay in the waiting room. You see, God had to put Adam to sleep first, and then he said,
didn't he knock Adam clean out?
But listen, he's putting Adam is still sleeping. So do not wake Adam up, because Adam is going to get up very angry. We don't want that. So, like I said, we are going to pause. We're not even going to cut this episode. We are going to pause this episode because I am going to call you back, because this is something that we need to reach women, for women to understand this message.
Yeah. Amen.
So with that said, I like to give a little off question to my guests.
Yep.
So now, are you ready for your
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Let's see what question we are going to get you today. Oh boy. What was the last photo you took?
Oh, you want to see it? The last photo I took, any photo, last photo I took
The last photo could be today, right now.
Yes, it was of us.
So you might want to put that in the comment section so we can see.
That was the last photo I had taken, was of me and you.
There you go. Because I said the last one simply means literally the last photo.
The last one.
And it's so crazy because that was the question I have right here. And I think I wrote this question before we even took the photo. That was not even I just looked at my question like, okay. And that was a question that just popped right in front of me. And forgetting that we even took a photo.
Right.
Like, oh.
But before that, if we're not looking at our photos, the last photo I had taken.
No. We're going to stay with the last photo. That was the last photo.
Stay with that one? Okay.
That's the last answer. We're going to stick with what we said.
Okay, awesome.
Yes. And that is a point of this whole thing. Stick with your answer.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whoever, viewers in YouTube land, Facebook land, whatever, you listen to the sound of our voice, whether you're on the live or not on replay, #replay though. If you're on YouTube, please, #replay, hit the notification button and you will see when we pop up again. Because I'm telling you, my sister is going to come back and we're going to roll this conversation again.
Absolutely. So, I'd love to.
Whoo, Ebony, darling, do you have any last word as we say good night?
Yes. I would just say, put your heart to it. Whatever your it is, put your heart to it. Because whatever's in your heart, you're going to manifest. It really, really will. And because manifestation comes from God first and only, in my opinion. It comes from God. But what's in your heart is what you're going to pray. And if you pray for it and you believe that you're going to receive it, then it's already yours. And so you're going to see it. So what's in your heart, go for it. Try it out. If you fail, you didn't actually lose. You just find another way to do it. Figure out what went wrong and perfect it. And go from there. If you would like to reach out to me, you can find me on my website, which again is my name, ebonynicolesmith.com. And I'm on Instagram at Coach Ebony Nicole as well. Thank you.
And that's it for us, ladies and gentlemen. As we close the night, the letter for today was
W.
W. Oh my goodness, my darling, from my heart to yours, I want to say thank you for what you are doing.
You're
Thank you
very
for
welcome.
growing up.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for maturing. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being you. So, without further ado, audience, Sheila, welcome back, darling. I really want to say thank you so much for showing up, not only for yourself, but for us. For us. Thank you for showing up for God, yourself, and us.
Amen.
And us. We need this conversation. We need this topic, and we are going to continue. So, look out for me calling you back because
Absolutely.
as we continue.
I will see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you, darling.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye now. So as I say, good night to one and all, or good morning. I want to say, if you do have a story, if you have a book, if you have work in progress, come on in here so we could work together, grow together, succeed together. I oftentimes says this, no one person can succeed by themselves. No one. So once you get on the road of success, please don't fail to come back and get someone to go on that journey with you. Listen, we all define success in different ways. We all define success however we want to define success. However, it still stands that together we can be successful. Again, this is your host, Verona Willis, right here. This is Verona Willis-Brown, right here on the Question Live Show, saying, have yourself a wonderful life. And I see you same time next week as we roll into June. Thank you again for YouTubers, and thank you so much for Sheila and for others who tune in to tonight's opening of the Question Live Show.